Facebook.
Yeah, I'm gonna help Mon.
What's up, you guys? Welcome to another episode of SCNS Live. Hey, I'm back. I'm back at the table.
Yes.
Sorry, and we're back.
Huh?
We're back.
You're back.
We missed
I know
last week.
we missed last week, but you know it was kind of.
Priorities.
I feel like something happened last week.
Yeah, there were Overwatch games.
A lot of crying, I think. Anyway, we're gonna get to that. Thank you guys for joining us for another hour of nerd stuff that we do each week. I am Jason the X. To my left, we have.
I'm Ricardo.
The intern.
I'm not an intern anymore. That was the
Aren't
old
you,
show.
You got fired?
Huh?
I don't know. Most things around here are majority vote, so.
I think you're still
Anyways,
intern.
I surprisingly got off this Thursday because there's not a big premiere like there was last week. So I'm off this Thursday.
Whoop. Yay.
And of course, the lady right there in the Dallas Fuel shirt representing for the hometown.
Representing as we get smashed by New York Excelden. Oh well, you can't win them all, or any of them.
The voice just
Any of
breaks.
them, apparently, yeah.
It's so sad.
And down there at the end, Miss Cass.
What's that? That's all I got.
That's all you got.
That's all I got.
No, we about to butt heads this show. Anyway, of course, running things and just being a pretty damn good producer back there, Miss Cora. She's really doing a fine job at
I like
it.
your lipstick, too. She was cute.
Seriously, she's like in our chat today. She's like, "Give me your damn stories to this stuff," and comes in here and just starts like putting stuff together. Like I can't even like talk to her, and y'all give Cora a hand because she's really learned the board. So,
And we respect her enough to do what she asks.
Yes.
That's true.
I feel like that was a dig on me. Anyway,
It was.
As always.
we got a
your
lot of stuff to get to
instincts
tonight.
get off.
As a warning, before we get into super cool nerd news,
Very important.
we will be talking about Infinity War
Not right now.
for a little bit. We will warn you guys. It's going to be about maybe 20 minutes of discussion. We'll start a clock. We'll stick to the time, but there will be some discussion tonight. Of course, y'all have seen it. Get your priorities straight. You've seen Infinity War. So anyway, with that, let's kick it off with some super cool nerd news. So, before we get into a little bit of Infinity War, I want to give y'all a history lesson.
Okay.
Back in 1998, Marvel decided to sell their cinematic properties. They offered it to Sony. Sony could have paid $25 million and had all of Marvel's characters, but chose instead to just pay $10 million just to get Spider-Man because they said this is the only one people will care about.
Ooh.
Let's fast forward to 2018.
Shall I get the specs ready?
Oh, wow.
So, this weekend alone, I'm not going to count this week because we're not quite there yet, but just this weekend,
So just Thursday through Sunday.
Thursday through Sunday, Marvel's Avengers Infinity War made over $250 million. How big is this movie? Here's a couple of stats. Biggest domestic opening ever. Biggest worldwide ever. Biggest domestic Saturday. Biggest domestic Sunday. Widest PG-13 domestic opening. Biggest opening in Korea, India, Philippines, Thailand, Indonesia, Malaysia, Mexico, Brazil, Central America, Peru, Chile, Ecuador, Venezuela, Bolivia, South Africa, Turkey, UAE, Africa, UK, France, and Germany. Ladies and gentlemen, 250 million, and we haven't even gotten to China yet. Now, it took Black Panther 26 days to pass the billion mark. And I posed this question on our Facebook, so if you're not following us over there, facebook.com/SCNS Live. One person said 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So, around the table, how long to pass a billion?
What is I say two? You said 250 this?
And we have not opened in China yet.
Okay,
When does it open in China?
I've only seen
When
it
does
twice.
it open in China?
I
few
believe
people
this
there.
week.
Wait,
This weekend?
I thought we had gotten this stuff from China.
No, not yet.
Not yet?
Not
Okay.
yet. No.
I'm
Okay.
not counting anything this week. So
Okay, so I would say 12 days.
okay, then.
Short of 2 weeks.
Okay, 12 days, Ricardo.
I'm going to say 15.
15?
Just to keep it
That's-
interesting.
15. Cass.
Today's the 3rd. It's opening the 11th, which is 9 days. So in 9 days, which is
Ooh.
All right.
2 weeks.
All right.
2 weeks.
We'll
yeah.
see. I might have a prize for who's ever
Whoa.
right. So,
Whoa.
Cora, give me a day. Days.
Days. I'm going to say. I'm gonna say 10 days to be 1 day overcast.
No,
Okay.
no. I'm saying 9 days from now.
Oh, 9 days from.
9 days from now, 2
Okay.
weeks total,
Yeah.
because it opens
I'm
in
counting
China
everything
May
from now.
11th.
Yeah.
Okay.
9 days from now.
I'm curious to see because already this movie has made more than what's that other movie? I can't think of the name. I had a bunch
You
of
never
superheroes in
have
there.
to again.
Justice League made more than its entire run. But hey, I'd like to point out that DC is doing their thing. Teen Titans Go to the Movies will be opening soon. Anyway, thank you.
Hey, they finally fulfilled their contract and they finally made Nicolas Cage Superman in that.
They
Okay.
did. They did, for real.
But in a movies I want to see conversation, I don't want fulfilled their contract to be the headliner. Like, it's not interesting.
I want it to actually be
enough.
good. Anyway, Cass, what have you got for us this week?
Well, stepping outside the Marvel Universe for just a second, and yes, heading over to DC, we have our streaming official name, which is DC Universe. We also have a show, Swamp Thing. I can hear the crickets. No, Swamp
Because
Thing.
you're in the swamp.
It is. Swamp Thing, I'm very excited about, mostly because James Wan is EPing.
Yes.
James Wan is one of my favorite directors. I love him so much, and pretty much anything that he does, I'm totally going to be psyched for. So yes, I'll be watching this. It is joining Young Justice Outsiders, which is essentially Young Justice Season 3, Harley Quinn, Titans, and Metropolis, which I could not care less about.
Wait, which one?
Metropolis.
Oh, yeah.
It's like they're trying to make Superman like likable. It's like you just stop.
I love Superman.
Yeah, it's
that
hard
doesn't
to
mean
make
I care about Metropolis.
You know how you make Superman likable? Put him in an actual show.
Put him in an actual show. Have
Smallville.
him hang out with Batman or somebody that is interesting with him. And yet, nope. We're going Metropolis.
Not the old Swamp Thing movies. No, this is DC's Swamp Thing. Does anyone like him? I do. I like them in Harley Quinn and Batman.
Actually, Swamp Thing is one of my favorite characters.
I love Swamp Thing.
And I heard the news of a Swamp Thing series, and I went, woo, but it's behind a DC paywall.
It is with James Wan though, and James Wan.
Is this James Wan? I love James
He
Wan.
knows his horror. He's gonna turn something.
He knows his storytelling. In
Yeah.
general, he knows his storytelling.
You really got to give me something good to put it behind a paywall. Sorry. I love Star Trek, and I can't. No, CBS. I just can't.
One of the few. I know. I know a lot of people actually ended up liking that Star Trek show, but
I'm disappointed in Titan's going to be on there, though. I was hoping I thought that was going to TBS.
I thought so too, although
I guess-
seeing the things from it.
Oh.
yeah.
We don't worry about it. Anyway, I didn't expect the Harley Quinn series, and I question if that character can carry a series. Anyway,
I think
Who
she
am I
can.
kidding?
I think she could carry it. It has to be the right story, right people telling it. So
Danielle, does anyone like Superman? No.
No.
I do.
His most interesting relationship is with a rock and what it does to him.
I will say,
I'm not a
okay.
big Superman fan.
Okay,
This is
there are
news to
three
anyone.
there are three things that
Sorry,
that-
Hopkins.
There are three things that I've liked about Superman.
Dallas.
One was Superman Red
I
Sun.
know, but Hopkins is watching.
Hi Hopkins. One of my favorite things about Superman was the Red Sun. That was a really good story. What they've done with Earth One Superman, and then the fact that he's Batman's bitch. So
Ooh.
those are the
Who
things I like
isn't
about it.
Batman's bitch?
Wonder Woman.
So, is there anything else we know about the DC Universe stream? So, I think they were pretty vague.
Not a
about it.
whole lot. I mean, it just got a name. So, no, we don't know a whole lot. We know a couple of EPs on the stuff, none of whom I recognized, so I did not memorize their names.
Now I wonder if any of this is going to be attached to the Arrowverse.
No. From what I know, no.
No?
No,
Okay.
none of it is.
All sides point to no.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Rick, what have you got for us this week?
So mine's a little bit on the heavier side on this one. But the Board of Governors of the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences have voted to expel actor Bill Cosby and director Roman Polanski from its membership.
Woo!
Good.
Get wrecked.
Of course,
Can y'all hear it? Can y'all hear it? It's really small.
Yeah, it is.
of course, Polanski has been on the lam for over 40 years since he left the country. while waiting trial for statutory rape in 1978, his lawyer has stated, though, that they were supposed to be given 10 days to respond and fight for their case, and that the woman that he was accused of raping has since forgiven the man and just to drop everything. But with everything on with the Me Too movement, I can see why that's not really a thing that's going to happen. And of course, with Bill Cosby, we know what happened last week with him being
his wife rolled on him.
Acquitted. Oh, not acquitted. He was found guilty.
He was very much not acquitted.
No, he was not acquitted. I apologize for that. He was found guilty on 3 charges. So
you're right.
What's the word I'm looking for? Good. Oh, that's good.
Good.
Yes.
Of course, also last year, Harvey Weinstein was also expelled from the Academy following what happened with him and the Weinstein Company and all that stuff. So, yay, we're getting rid of scumbags.
GTFO. Cat, hit me.
God of War 3, 4, 5, whatever one it is now. God of War
4
has sold 3.1 million copies. It is the fastest selling PlayStation exclusive property ever.
Is this 2 weeks now?
It's like, yeah,
Wow.
2 weeks, I think, right at. It is amazing. I take back everything negative I said about it potentially being too like mature and interesting for my understanding of Kratos.
It's definitely been a productivity sinkhole for me lately because it's right there by where I work.
The combat was a little hard to get used to, and there's still some wandery stuff that I don't feel like your run isn't placed where I would want it. I'm not used to the L3 mashing of it. On console.
There's definitely a learning curve.
There's a learning
controls.
curve for it. I didn't know you could throw the axe 2 different ways, stuff like that. But
you can do what?
Yeah. Yeah, it has one with an
Nice.
arc and one that just straight. I didn't know that. Anyway, but it actually it does surprisingly well. I thought the boy would be a unwelcome constant companion. I didn't know if a game could hold up with a companion throughout, that you have to do some protecting of, etc. But it's done pretty well.
I mean, The Last of Us.
I didn't like that child in Last of Us until about midway through the game, and then I was like, I will save this child. Now, God of War, I'm probably from what I hear halfway through it. I'm enjoying it. Apparently, there's people are ready for us to stream some of it. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll do that, Danielle.
I've been streaming it, and I posted the link on our Facebook.
Yeah, just keep an eye out for that. It's usually 2-3 in the morning.
I did one in the afternoon the other day. But I've done some streaming of it. I'm not a fantastic streamer yet, but it is there. I have subtitles up so you can read in case you can't hear what they're saying.
New ventures.
Yeah.
I like it.
I can do some on video. I was hoping to actually finish out Zelda and stream it.
Aww.
Well, I feel like Zelda's been waiting long enough for me to get to the castle, but I got this cool motorcycle, and there's so many other things to do. Zelda's like, where the is this guy?
I'm so done with all of you.
Oh,
The Last of Us is like one of my favorite games
I
of
don't
all
know.
time.
I'm not saying
I thought it was great.
I
Last of Us
just
is great.
beat it, and I love it so much, and Joel and Ellie are my favorite.
it's a lot of watching, not playing, though.
I still remember where your brother told me that he started playing that game, and then after the first 10 minutes of it, if you haven't played it, go play it, and I won't spoil it for you, even though it's been 5 years. But after the beginning part, he turned it off, took a shot, and then cried for an hour. Of course, he was also a new dad at that point, so...
Yeah.
So that brother... Wait, which brother?
Kevin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He has one of the more cry-y ones.
Cora,
but I can understand why, though. Okay, anyways.
Cora, you've got... She was flipping out before she found this story right before we went to air.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Okay, so...
Can you hear the voice?
Okay, so one of my absolute favorite anime of all time is Yu Hakusho. It has always been one of my favorites ever since I found it when I was in the good old days of high school, in quotes. But as many people know, it is going to be having a 25th anniversary Blu-ray edition released this year, since it is the 25th year. Hooray.
Ooh.
In addition to that, not only are we getting this Blu-ray, but they have announced that we are getting 2 new OVAs for it. We are going to be getting one OVA that is a chapter from the manga where we learn how Kurama and Hiei met, which is something that everyone's always wondered, since they seem to have known each other for a very long time. And the other is going to be following another little short chapter story from the manga, where the team get back together in order to solve a murder mystery in the underworld. And
do we have a release date?
Let's see. Let me check right here. Currently, I'm not seeing one. It was announced just this year at Jump Fiesta, so I'm not sure. I mean, the
we'll
announcement...
have to amend this article.
Yes. We will update, or at least I will update, when we have more information on when the release date is. It was announced last year that we were getting the 25th anniversary, but we don't know the exact release date for the Blu-ray at this time. I'll look for that while y'all are doing more stories.
I love the comment, now preferably, from the chat.
Yeah, Danielle's freaking out. She's like shrieking.
Good, because the show is amazing. If y'all haven't seen it, I highly recommend it.
I didn't get into it until it was on Toonami.
See, everyone says it was on Toonami. I don't remember it being on Toonami. I remember it being on Adult Swim because it was too adult for Toonami, but then again, also, they still edited it on Adult Swim,
I'm more amazed that everybody
out.
has told you this and still you don't believe it.
No, because I remember waking up at midnight with my TV on because I fell asleep with the TV on, and it was playing Yu Yu Hakusho and Inuyasha. Like, these shows didn't play on Toonami for me, but remember, guys, I grew up in Georgia. I didn't grow up in Texas with y'all.
I always wanted to cosplay the lead character because I figured his costume would be easy. So anyway.
Yeah, I mean, you could find those costumes anywhere. But, again, Yu Yu Hakusho is actually a really good show to begin with for people.
How I pick my cosplays. I'm like, that looks hard. I want to do that one.
I don't pick, like, legitimately, I feel like they pick me. They don't, but I'm watching something, I'm like, I want to do that, but that looks really tough. And it's like, wait, how would you how would you approach this? And before I know it, I'm committed.
Yeah, that's...
Okay. Well, Jason?
Back to the news. Okay.
Yes.
This is a little bit of a heartbreaker for you, isn't it?
There goes Mantis.
Dang it, Jason.
That should be okay. So, in a surprising bit of news, we did find out that Hasbro had acquired the toy license for Power Rangers from Bandai after over 25 years of them holding the license. And a shocking move this week, Hasbro announced they just acquired the Power Rangers license as a whole. What does that mean? They have the TV show, movie rights, toy rights, everything as far as the American Super Sentai Power Rangers property. I don't know what the future is going to bring with this. I am excited for Hasbro to be taking over the toy version of this because I think Bandai has been falling off over the years. And we have seen Hasbro successfully launch lines like Star Wars, Marvel, and I think they do a good mix of things from kids to adult collectors. So while that I'm happy about, as far as the movies and shows, I'm wondering where they're going to go with that. We are expecting to get a new season of Power Rangers called Beast Morphers, which adapts the Super Sentai series Goldbusters. I know no one knows what the hell I'm talking about. But the thing I'm most disappointed in is that I really like the Power Rangers movie that Saban did, and I know that now we cannot get that. It will have to be rebooted. They probably will not do a direct sequel. The good news is a lot of people that worked for Saban and for Bandai have been brought on to help produce this new line of Power Rangers for the future. So, to all that, I finally get 6-inch Power Rangers to play with my Star Wars and Marvel figures. So, yay!
Yay!
Oh, and also the price tag. $522 million
Wait, that
is
was
what
all
Hasbro paid.
That's all the Rangers were worth?
That's a pretty big price
I
tag.
thought it'd be closer to $1 billion.
Really?
Yeah.
You thought the Rangers were worth $1 billion?
With everything they've
Have
done,
you
yes.
seen their budget?
And with that, I did find the last items that will be offered in the Power Rangers Legacy line today, and I'm very happy about that as I say goodbye to this company that's actually produced these toys I've bought for years with Bandai and Saban producing Power Rangers. So I'm hopeful for the future. Let's not be bleak, guys.
And you got the sword.
I did get the sword.
Is it that...
What, this?
Yeah.
This is a staff.
Staff sword.
Or if we go
Hammer.
Japanese, this is the Ranger stick.
Axe.
This is the King stick.
Did they go,
more
you
like
should
a
not pass with
traffic
that?
controller assisted.
You know what?
Oh my god, you're right.
So hey, moving on to you, Cass.
All right. This might be a little bit niche. Chuck Palahniuk,
Hey.
writer of Fight Club, Invisible Monsters, Haunted, Lullaby, so
Choke.
many other Choke. Yeah. He is releasing a new book. Hold on, sorry.
Books are the things you read.
Books are the things that you read. That's why I don't know anything about it.
With lettering and such.
No, he is releasing a new book called Adjustment Day. He said it started 6 years ago when he was renting an apartment in Madrid, and he experienced America from the outside for the first time.
Oh, that's
And figured
really cool.
out how bonkers we look from everywhere else in the world. So he's writing this. My favorite piece of the interview that I read was that the interviewer asked him why he focuses so many of his books and so much of his work on toxic masculinity and male violence, and he said, because I have a penis. And that I found that especially poignant. We all have to deal with toxic
Ooh.
masculinity, and so yeah, thought that was interesting.
I like what Danielle just said on the chat. SCNS book club segment in the future?
Ooh, yes.
That sounds like
That
a
would
lot of
actually
fun.
be
Also,
a great idea.
Chuck Palahniuk has a pretty interesting history. I don't want to get into a ton of his personal business. His dad was murdered. He got involved in the trial. He was part of the decision what happened to the murderer, which is against
Crazy.
the American justice system, I thought. And also he has confirmed that he's gay. So
I
masculinity
didn't know
is...
any of that, but holy
Oh,
crap.
yeah.
I'm a big Chuck Palahniuk fan. I can tell you lots of other trivia about him, but yeah, so it's masculinity and understanding of violence and culture and repercussions of masculinity has always been a big theme in his life.
This is probably not the right time to tell you, but I have a friend of mine that has a contact with him.
Do it now!
Can get you one of his books signed and sent to you.
That would be amazing.
I will talk to my
Can
friend.
your friend ask him about Marilyn Monroe?
Yes. What is his deal with Marilyn Monroe?
He's got a big thing about Marilyn Monroe.
In almost every single
I don't
one
know
of his
about
books.
that part, but I'll ask him if he can get you a book signed at least.
Just take him out for a drink and be like,
So,
Chuck.
her.
This Maryland
Just
thing.
curious.
Yeah.
He's had it rough. He needs a break. He probably does.
He does
Alright.
need a break. Oh,
Alright.
honey.
Well, while you're talking, what's your story?
All right, cool. So it's no longer bye. NSYNC got their Hollywood Walk of Fame this week.
They were so cute about it.
They were.
They also look so
A
good.
couple years ago, they reunited briefly with Justin Timberlake at the MTV Music Awards, it was only a 2-minute segment, but it was really, really cool. And then they were finally immortalized, I guess, in the Hollywood Walk of Fame. They got the name NSYNC on there with the little radio thing which they usually do inside the star. And yeah, I mean, I grew up with this band.
Yeah.
Most of us did. I was 9 when I started listening to music, really, and this was one of the bands that said, "Hey, listen to this." That, Backstreet Boys, and Queen, AC/DC, Metallica.
Jason, NSYNC was the band that came after New Kids on the Block, except we've heard of NSYNC and we know how to sing their songs.
So yeah.
Oh, that
Sucks to be
face.
the oldest person on the show.
Only by 20 years.
Only by 20 years.
Soldier
and then,
Dad Jason.
who was I'm trying to find the name of
We'll be
it.
celebrating my birthday on the show.
Are
When's
we?
your birthday?
Yay!
It's on a Thursday this year, I think. It's 2 weeks. 2 weeks from now.
17. Yeah,
don't know when your
actually,
birthday
it's
is?
Deadpool weekend.
Wow.
Your birthday's on Deadpool weekend.
I know, best birthday present ever.
Yes.
Oh, that's good because the
Also,
birthday
shout out
present
Celine
I had
Dion.
was a paper heart.
Celine Dion.
We'll get to that.
Yeah, we're going to discuss that.
So yeah, that was their thing. They got inducted into the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Carson Daly was the one who did the induction, who used to run TRL, Total Request Live, and yeah, that happened. So good job for NSYNC. It only took you 15 years after your last CD came out.
I assumed all of them except for Justin Timberlake weren't around anymore, had died.
No, Joey Fatone still does movies here and there. He was in My Big Fat Greek Wedding.
That was
2.
That's sad that
15
That's a
years
whole
ago?
movie. Kat, hook us up with another news.
Okay, so I had an Overwatch League story. We're going to go over that briefly, but actually something came out today. the Overwatch League story was Shanghai Dragons versus Philly. Basically, the Shanghai Dragons are winless, and they were playing Philly, and what happened was Addo killed Fraggy in the game, Overwatch game, and then Carpe killed Addo of the Shanghai Dragons. Carpe plays for Philly. So when Carpe killed him, he teabagged him afterwards, and the internet went freaking out of its mind.
Bonkers.
How dare he do that? That is so unprofessional, blah, blah, blah. His little avatar, to be clear, teabags the other avatar.
Yes, he did not sexually assault somebody.
Dude, I have read articles that are like, this is basically in-game sexual assault, and they just went nuts. And I'm like, yeah, but you in-game murdered him just before that. Isn't that the way bigger deal? Like, is that what, in the internet, what crazy about it, and now they're still talking about it and whatever. It's crazy. Anyway, but what superseded that today is that the latest patch went live on Overwatch, which means Hanzo is reworked. His scatter arrow is gone. His he got a new horizontal like lunge thing that kind of you jump lunge through the air or whatever. And instead of scatter arrow, he has storm arrows, which fire as if fully charged from how fast they move. But
so
there's 6
nerf
of them. They reworked him. He looks pretty different. His bow's faster now. He's not going to be able to one-shot tanks anymore. And he's going to require more skill to use his secondary abilities to be effective.
Yeah, if you're a Hanzo main, get stuffed.
I am not a Hanzo main because I care about other people. Also,
Wow.
also, there was a lot of other stuff that went through just briefly. Lucio can now wall ride around corners. He can also just stay wall riding on a single surface if he jumps far enough away from the wall. Actually, Lucio is one of my mains. I made a highlight video. Maybe we should post it.
We should.
I made a highlight video of me playing Lucio. I'm a Lucio Diva main. Also, his sound wave doesn't take ammo anymore. Tracer had a pulse bomb reduction damage.
Aww.
Now she can still pulse bomb and insta kill most DPSs. It went from 400 to 300.
Okay.
So
what
not
she doesn't
most
do,
tanks, but
what she doesn't do is just annihilate the tanks. So you're gonna have to aim her pulse bomb. So if you're good at aiming, anyway, she's less of a tank killer. She's more to combat other DPS and also support, which is what Tracer should be doing anyway. Also, Junkrat's frag launcher got a slight reduction in how big the projectiles are, which is awesome. More Junkrat nerfs. His tire is a little bit slower. Genji's deflect box isn't as forgiving, so if you weren't going to hit him with your shot, he's not going to hit you with the deflect, basically. And Brigitte's shield bash got a slight angle reduction, which means it's not as forgiving either. Basically, this is the first patch in like a year that is helpful for tanks.
yeah.
And less helpful for DPS, and I say it's about time. That's what I got.
All right. Well, Cora, you get to finish it off for us. What else you got?
All right, and what a note to end it off on. My goodness gracious almighty. So
This is bigger than Yu Hakusho, really?
yeah, this is bigger than Yu Hakusho just because the franchise is bigger. So today another Deadpool trailer launched, and it is probably the best thing ever. If you never thought you would hear Celine Dion and Deadpool talked about in the same sentence, you're with most people. We never thought we would say those words together. But here we are. We had an entire song with Celine Dion and Deadpool dancing for the Deadpool movie.
That was flat out amazing.
It was the
Beautiful.
most incredible thing on the internet today.
I'll admit, I do not like Celine Dion because I've heard whatever that
voice.
damn song for my Titanic is. I've heard it for years and years and kind of hate it.
I don't know how you have any strong feelings about her whatsoever.
But I respect Celine Dion.
For that, yeah.
She has secured herself for life with that one song from Titanic.
I mean,
One song.
my thing is, how much budget did they have to get Celine Dion to sing a full song for this damn movie? How?
I don't.
Please tell me. Somebody tell me.
Their last ad campaign was one of the most successful ever, so that's exactly what I would do. I would go bigger and better with it.
So, wow.
Yeah.
And whoever they got to dance in the high heels and Deadpool suit.
It was clearly Ryan Reynolds. I don't know what you're
It was
talking about.
not Ryan Reynolds.
I hope
See
it was
Chris
Ryan
Pratt
Reynolds.
try and walk around in heels after Jurassic World.
That was
rough.
just damn great. And just the closer we get to friggin' Deadpool, the
So
more I'm ready for this movie. So, anyway, guys, that has been super cool nerd news. Thank you for joining us. Now, we're going to take a short break because we've got a new game that we want to talk to you guys about. It is called Solo. It is an introspective puzzler set in a gorgeous and surreal archipelago. Reflect on your loving relationships by exploring contemplative, dreamlike islands. I know that doesn't sound interesting, but when you see this trailer, it's actually a pretty beautiful looking game. And we are going to be streaming some of it this weekend. So go ahead and check out Solo. We'll be right back.
Confess, sailor. Reveal your romance.
And welcome back. Hope you enjoyed that. Actually, it's a pretty good-looking game. Like I get sit pressed a lot on games. I'm just like, it's some indie title. I can check out indie titles all the time. Looks pretty good. I might give it a shot.
Cute. Like I want to try.
Really cute.
It's cute. It is.
That is the best way to describe it. For real.
I still want to play Ryan from last year.
Sorry, I need to fix this. It's just bothering me.
There we go.
You're gonna do that.
Ha-ha!
You're gonna do that.
No, yeah, I can see why
You're
you
not
did
even
it.
on the main cam anymore. We are. I haven't.
We're not showing Jason for the,
Yes,
the
yes,
rest
you
of
didn't
this
tell me that
episode.
you
Hey,
were-
what about me?
Who? What? Huh?
You started to get up, so I switched the camera.
Ooh, producer's getting on my ass.
Oh, I am
She
because
should be.
yeah, I had
come
that
in here
already
and
set up
diva
and
like
perfect.
A part of me is proud, and a part of me is like, what have I done?
What have you done?
Seriously.
You don't stop the show to do that.
Does there.
It's his own show. He
Okay,
created-
It's not my
I
show.
don't
No, it's
care.
not my show. It is absolutely not my show.
New topic. Whose show is this? My vote is me.
It's
my
your show.
it's
Anyway,
the people's show.
so
Oh my God, where's the
we
rock?
have to
Okay,
warn
Les
you.
Mis.
Let's just get this out. We weren't going to do this, but I was overruled.
I came in
That's
and threw
right.
a fit because I want to talk about Infinity War
And it is pointless to do so.
and be like, oh, when thing happens, and oh, when thing happens the whole time, and that's not
So-
the kind of people we are. We're gonna have
Spoiler alert.
spoilery,
For
very
the next
spoilery.
like 20 minutes, we are going to talk Infinity War.
Spoilers everywhere.
So,
Yes, we are going to have spoilers, so you have been forewarned. We are very sorry if you missed this announcement. We have now spent the last minute saying spoiler.
it's okay.
So
just
you have
tune
no
out.
excuse
Do we have a little
anymore.
banner at the bottom for
We
spoilers?
don't because I didn't have a chance to make one.
Because we
Bummer,
didn't
bummer.
tell you far enough in
So,
advance. She's like, and that's
let's
why you
just
submit
go
your
around the
media
table.
ahead of
It's in the
time.
Well,
description.
to,
It's in
to
the
be fair,
description.
we had decided before the show, oh, we're not going to do spoilers because it's only been out a week. And then, well, honestly, I could have thrown something together in paint, and I didn't actually think about that until just
I
now.
have a Sharpie. We can write a big
have a
sign.
Sharpie.
So,
yeah.
no,
Okay,
no,
okay,
don't
okay,
write
okay.
anything anywhere. So,
Alright,
but
so
around
now-
the table, real quick,
We are now in spoiler territory. Continue.
on a scale of 1 to 5, give me your rating on Infinity War. I already did the review, so I just want you guys' thoughts. Right.
Okay, 1 to 5, like heartbreak, or 1 to 5, like how much I enjoyed it.
1 to 5, pick a damn number.
That's 6.
I said 1 to 5.
I give it a 6.
Cat.
4.5.
Okay. Cass.
7, 4. What are we doing? Now, of just how good it was, I would give it probably 4.
Okay.
Solid, good, very good movie.
Core.
I gave it a 4 when we did our little review of it, which you can see in another video on the channel, the initial reaction without
My
spoilers.
small R there.
Spoiler!
Spoiler.
Spoiler.
People are going to
I
click
feel
on
like
it
I need
just
a
to
cig-
read.
I need
what
like
the
a
word
cigarette
is.
and
You
a
can't
little
even-
beret. And I go, spoiler.
You can't even see it.
Spoiler.
It's- there we go, spoiler.
Spoiler.
That's all I could do.
All right,
Okay.
Jason, you did the review, but like for those that have not read the review, what's your number?
Oh, I definitely give it a 4.5 solid. Having read Infinity Gauntlet, being the comic guy here, this
Whoa.
was my story back in the day. So I
He's
kind
got a
of
point
know
on
what to expect here. I was just waiting for the. And if you saw my Instagram, I posted that because I had seen the movie before. So I just wanted to do the.
You lied.
I have means and methods you don't want to watch a movie through.
You lied.
I saw
to
parts of it.
me. Point blank.
You should know I'm going to lie about these things all the time. Anyway, moving on.
Careful.
This movie, for every moment where it was supposed to be funny, it was supposed to be sad, it was supposed to be heroic, it was a 7 to 10 at all times for me.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
The characters, nobody felt like everybody was just crowded in there. I love the splitting off, the different characters actually meeting each other. Because to all you people out there complaining, who are these people? Go watch the other 18 movies over 10 years.
You've had 18 chances to catch up.
So, are you really going to hold that up the whole time?
You can't even read it with the angle.
Spoiler. Anyway. Spoiler. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I loved that no one left this theater happy. Like, everybody at the end of anytime an Avengers movie goes or a Marvel movie, they're like, oh, it's great, yay! This movie was like,
I saw. Okay, so I work. If y'all seen the show long enough, you guys know I work at the Animal Draft House. I saw people in tears. Like a couple of times I had to go up to guests and give them napkins because they were crying. So yeah, this and Marvel's not messing around anymore. The first 5 minutes, like
we get a brutal character death.
yeah, that was
A brutal, unexpected character death.
like hearing the neck snap like that. Just ooh.
Oh.
No, thank you. Don't like it.
I need my apple juice.
Apple
I didn't
juice.
eat my popcorn.
Just spit it back in the bucket.
But just the first 5 minutes, and when we saw it, I was just like, oh, Marvel's not messing around anymore. Like they're really gonna go after like no one's safe. Literally no, because I kind of expected Loki to stick around and help out Thanos, but then like the first 5 minutes he was gone. I'm just like, oh, okay, no one really is safe. Like I thought I was ready. Like I'd seen stuff at San Diego and all that, but I wasn't ready.
That's actually something that I really liked, along with the trailers. The trailers gave you literally no information.
They lied.
They gave you no information.
Lies.
They gave you no information on what you were going to get. They presented you a movie that you don't get. You get something much better. The scenes that they showed in the trailer are not the best scenes that are in the movie. They are great scenes. And some of them are even better in the context of the film, which is kind of rare, especially with action movies. Sometimes with Marvel, where you see the trailer and you already know what you're going to get, and then you go see the movie and it's kind of a letdown, or it's exactly what you thought it was, and you don't get that fun surprise. With this one, every single theory that we went in with about this movie, completely wrong. We were completely wrong, except for the fact that Jason and I joked about every single death that happened, and
sorry,
we joked about every single death that was going to happen, and we were right with the exception of one. And we felt really bad about that when we left the movie, because we were just on the way to the movie. Oh, he's gonna die, and he's gonna die, and she's gonna die, and then we get out of the movie like, well,
they're all gone now.
Legitimately.
Your thoughts? Instead of spoiler.
Spoiler.
And there's that little line above the E, the little whatever that is. I don't know what is that punctuation mark.
An accent?
Is it an accent?
It's called
no, it's not an umlaut. The
Umlaut.
umlaut's the
No, the umlaut's the thing.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I'll figure that out.
Thoughts.
So, my thoughts on the movie in general. I thought it was nice. So here's my thing, I guess, about the ending. Okay. So, this is Marvel. I do think that they're coming back.
They
All of
have
them?
to.
This is
Yes.
comic logic.
For the most part, yes.
okay.
So, the interesting thing is not whether or not they come back. The interesting thing is, what do the remaining characters do while they think they're not coming back? What do the main characters do while they think everyone that they love is dead? That's the interesting part to me. And they showed a little bit of that with Tony Stark. Tony Stark blames himself for everything. That's one of the main parts of his character.
Most of it is his fault.
A lot of it is his fault.
If you remember Spider-Man Homecoming, if you die, that's on me.
Exactly. And so I think that they're going to be... I think that it's going to be a really interesting story. Because Captain America is going to flip out over Bucky.
Again.
Thor doesn't have as many connections, but he's going to do whatever he can because he feels responsible for the thing.
He's lost
He
all
did
of
just
his
lose his
people.
home. And it's partly his fault
And
because he
his-
didn't go for the neck.
Head.
For the head.
And his brother, and
That's
his,
on the
so
way to
these
the
people
head.
were
Yeah.
all that he had.
Well, half his people are dead.
Yeah, no, I said his home.
Oh, well, yeah,
But
his
yeah,
home.
like...
Yeah, they made sure to say half. Also, Heimdall didn't die because of the snap, okay?
As soon as I saw it like pan up onto the ship, though, I was like, all right, there goes Heimdall.
I think the character I'm most concerned about, honestly, is Rocket.
Yeah.
He doesn't have anybody left.
Anybody. It's literally everybody.
Like-
He's got Nebula.
Woohoo!
Nebula
So
doesn't
Rocket
even
has
around
nobody
him.
left.
They got a little connected
Not on
in
the
Guardians
same
2.
planet.
Somebody
Why
has.
do we
Not
care
on
what
the same
happens
planet.
to the trash rabbit?
Seriously.
I care about. I think we'll actually maybe
don't.
get like a real emotional Rocket, honestly, like next movie, because somebody has to tell him, oh yeah, all of your family, because you may have treated them badly, are now dead.
And why does Thor's thing still have a handle? How?
It's it's like dead stick or whatever. I don't know. You can always just go.
Literally a dead stick.
You can always just go back to the other guy and get a handle on it.
Jason calls Groot dead stick.
Well, he is now.
Yeah.
That's for damn sure. Yes, that I did not see his death coming.
Rocket does not have Peter.
Peter's gone.
Peter's gone too.
No, I said he doesn't have
No,
anybody.
I'm
no.
talking about the chat. Danielle.
Oh.
No, Rocket does not have Peter.
Every
hold
Guardian
on.
of the
So-
Galaxy,
Hold on,
with the
speaking-
exception
hold on.
of Rocket,
Yeah,
I'm not
there
counting
are-
Nebula,
There are 0
is
Peters
gone.
now.
Yeah.
Speaking.
Thanos is still there.
Speaking
Okay.
of Peter, when I found out that Tom Holland improvised that scene, they're like, here, just make it seem like you don't want to go.
Yeah.
And he starts off with, I don't feel so good, and then drops onto Tony's arms and almost, I can't even finish the sentence without almost crying.
That was the hardest.
Ah!
That was the
Sorry.
hardest part for me, like emotionally. And here's my thing. I'm just gonna give myself a little tangent, so Ricardo
go
can
for it.
steady up.
Go.
I know comic book logic. I understand that, things tend to not be permanent, blah, 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 blah. I do wish they had kept a couple of the ones with books or sequels already planned and budgeted and in production. I wish they'd kept a couple of those only so that I could argue with myself and be like, is this for real? Is this not for real? Because when they kill people that I know that they have a sequel budgeted and produced, then that removes any concept of, well, maybe. And I know we're talking about comic book logic, like I understand that, but I wanted to wonder a little bit more than I did and not get taken out of the moment by, wait, they just killed, blah blah blah. Oh,
Half.
I know.
They killed half, Eddie. Sorry.
So many people though, that they're not going to. They can't.
See, for me, it wasn't a spoiler. Say, I've read the book. Okay, it's the execution.
I
of it.
mean, I've read the book too, but like in Civil War, there was a lot of stuff supposed to go
Oh, yeah.
down that they were like, no, we're gonna keep him around a little while
For me,
longer.
it was the whole just execution of literally execution. Ooh, now I made myself sad. But
Keep them
T'Challa
up,
pulling up Okoye and saying this is no place to die, and then
Up, Jira, up.
wow, that part got me. It was like the best characters they killed. So
Seeing Okoye like that, and also M'Baku just kind of lost. That was, again, that whole 10 minutes from this
just
to Thanos smiling at the sunrise or the sunset, whatever it was.
I love that. I loved that so much.
Just that. It's like, all right, we're gonna take this guy and he's gone. We're gonna take.
stop it because that'll take up the whole. Did this for anybody? Thanos is now my favorite villain
Yeah.
out of the whole Marvel universe.
Yeah.
Not because
Stoner?
I love the immediate recognition of him as a badass when he just took the Hulk apart.
Yeah.
I mean, he ate his lunch in
Him have
seconds.
his fun.
And that was because all we've seen of Thanos for years is I'm in this chair.
Yeah.
I may move from this chair a little bit here.
I'm a big voice, and that's
But the
literally
immediate
it.
of, oh, we have a Hulk. And you're like, yay, Hulk! And then Hulk gets throat punched. And,
and
you're
you're
like,
like, oh, Hulk.
that's not supposed to happen. And then he just like makes a heavy bag out of him.
Here's what sold me on Thanos. Like, I've been calling him Purple Ron Perlman since the first preview because of the way his face looks.
Also,
and
all you women out there like, Thanos be thick. What the hell is wrong
Whoa! No!
next time,
No! I am done. I am done with the clowns. I am done with the people wanting to bang Venom, and I am done with people wanting Thanos. I am so
We are Venom.
no. I have a
No.
Tumblr. I see
I love
way
this
too much of
response.
that stuff.
I'm
That is
so glad I mentioned this
disgusting.
now. Moving on.
I've been done with this since it came out last year, and I looked it up
So-
on Tumblr, and I saw way
So,
too
Kat,
much
you were
clown
saying
porn.
about Thanos being a badass.
Thanos.
Jason, you're not allowed to say all women about anything ever.
Ever.
It's
that
not
out
just
there.
women.
You said all you women. Be like,
I'm sorry.
That's not
Okay,
allowed.
then fine. Because I know some all you people out there. Because I know some. I got a friend.
The thing.
Why?
Everyone, shut up. It's my turn.
Yes, man.
No, the thing that I liked about Thanos, the show is in shambles, dude, is like they put in a litmus test for if he had a righteous agenda, right? Like if he believed in what he was doing, and that was the Gamora scene. And that's all I'll say.
The Lion King.
Yeah, like that. So if he, I mean, it's a truth thing. If he didn't honestly believe that what he was doing was righteous and for the good of all people, then he couldn't have acquired that stone. And that's what made me turn on whether he was a good villain or not. A good villain, in my opinion, almost invariably, if not invariably, believes that they're doing the right thing. And that makes him amazing.
Either believes that or doesn't care.
It's the same reason
Like
we kind of
Joker.
like Eric Killmonger. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Like,
why he was a good villain.
this is a measured and appropriate response to what's happening. And if they don't believe that, unless they don't care, because you have the Joker and you have Moriarty from Sherlock, and the people who are just like, whatever, I'm going to do what I want to do. Those can be good villains too. But I don't like the fake agenda, but like, really, it's about me.
I don't like
That would have been a
the-
boring
The
Thanos.
Thor, the Dark World villains of this world are so boring. Oh, they're awful. And yeah, I was also very happy to see that that's not what we were dealing with.
Okay, so we got to wrap up. Yes, you were right. Sorry. I'm the producer, because she's all up in my grill.
we may run
no,
over
all of
a
our girls.
little
Ju-
bit.
Yeah, we're gonna.
I was
Can we
just
run
letting,
over a little bit, producer? Please.
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 This is a fun discussion.
I'm holding up
talking
the
about Infinity
spoiler
War.
sign.
Spoiler.
Can the chat tell the producer to let us run over like 5 minutes, please?
We just...
I'll take
Please.
that
help
as a yes.
So, one of my favorite parts
Yes,
was
you
somebody
may.
finally calling Tony Stark a douchebag. Thank you, guys.
Yes.
God, it's been so long coming.
The
Queen.
clash of all the egos involved.
The class
was
of the
funny
Sherlock
to me.
Holmes.
Hi,
Like,
I'm Peter.
Oh, we're using our made-up names. He was adorable, first of all, through this whole
God,
thing.
yes.
Have you
Oh,
seen
really?
that really old movie? Aliens?
And you have to do it in the context. He is 16. Is he 16 or he's about 16, 17?
16, 17, yeah. He's
Well,
a teenager.
this is
Also-
3 years after
Also, having Ned
Civil
back.
War,
Well,
though.
I mean, that's what it was said, but
he was
now
still
I
on a
looked up
school
around.
trip, though,
He
remember?
was.
I
He would
looked
have been
around-
a senior.
I looked
though.
around a little
Yeah.
bit. I couldn't find anything official.
Okay.
So
We're just going to say.
He was on a school bus.
Whatever.
So
16,
at the
17.
Can we
old-
High
just
school.
appreciate Ned for like the 30 seconds he was in?
we're
Ned-
all gonna die.
Ned, I need a distraction. Oh, God!
And the pure joy on his face
Oh,
as
it's
he
good to
said
see you, man.
it.
It's good to see you, buddy.
And Stan Lee's cameo,
God.
as always. What? You kids have never seen a spaceship before?
Yeah, he's just like, this is... I like the acknowledgement that this is a universe where stuff is just kind of crazy.
They're in New York.
You know, you just don't move to
Maybe
New
a bunch
York
of them
in
were
the
like-
Marvel universe.
Maybe a bunch of them were like elementary school whenever the
This is what, 8 years after the Avengers?
they're all
6 years
16, so
after
they were
the-
8,
so they were-
7.
I mean,
Look at the
it
movies.
And the
reminds
oldest
me-
10.
What part was the most heartbreaking to each of you, though? What part was the one that really got you?
Cass?
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man?
Yeah. The 10th Doctor, I don't want to go moment.
Okay. Cat?
I think it probably was Spider-Man. I also felt like you see it coming with Gamora, where you don't love anybody, and so you can't. You're not going to be able to get this. And I'm like, nope, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong. Don't say that. Oh my God, you're wrong. Start running. And so that was pretty rough.
I had a 4-way tie, actually.
For us.
You can't have a
Good
4-way.
two.
You can't have 4-way.
You have to pick 2. Pick
Come
the
on.
top 2.
2, Steve watching Bucky die again. And just a little bit different. Rocket watching Groot die again.
Cora?
For me, it's a tie between Spider-Man and Bucky. Like, just because, like, with Bucky again, like, this is, like, what, the 3rd time Cap has seen him taken away from him, basically. The 2nd time he's watched him disappear or die. And then with Spider-Man, he's a kid. And then someone had pointed out that, you know, he has hyper regeneration, so his death was slower. And then he has a spider sense, so he already knew something was wrong.
He felt half the universe die.
Yeah, he felt something was wrong. He may not have felt the universe die or known what that was, but that was another reason that his was more prolonged with the I don't want to go, Mr. Stark, and him clinging, and I'm going to cry now. So someone else talk, please.
I do have to say that on rewatch that I believe that Loki's thing will get me a lot more. At the time, I was
very
so
just visceral and
braced.
brutal.
I was just so braced for everything else. I was like, this is just the first one, and I knew there was going to be a lot more. So on rewatch, like, Loki is one of my favorites. I actually called that this was going to happen based on the end of Ragnarok because they started a redemption arc for him. So their story is essentially done with them together.
Honestly, my worst one was Vision and Scarlet Witch.
Yo, that was
killed Vision, and Thanos just comes up like, "Good job! Oh, that I didn't see you do it. Wait, oh, he's back." I mean, Vision died twice in 30 seconds.
And she had to watch.
Twice.
Both times.
The pure
And when she disappeared, I was just like, geez,
the death of your loved
this.
one.
And honestly, this is one part that it's a theory of mine, but Wanda's starting to go crazy.
I mean,
Well, Wanda
For Avengers
disappeared.
Disassembled.
Wanda disappeared too.
Yes, but they're gonna come
wherever
back.
she is, she's
But Wanda
crazy.
has seen Vision because Vision was not affected by the snap.
Actually,
Right.
And they saved some of his stuff in the up in the lab with
So-
Shuri.
Not enough.
And address
I think
the
he's
fact
dead.
that he's a compilation.
And actually, it was one of my best friends. She's the one that actually got me more into Marvel Comics and more into the Scarlet Witch, actually. She pointed out that it could have just been coincidence, but Scarlet Witch is a reality warper, and her powers are the same color as the Reality Stone. She thinks that she's going to bring people back via the House of M, and we're going to get that story arc, in a way. Which...
That's
I
interesting.
think that was one of the reasons they took her out of the picture, though, because she can't just immediately do something to fix everything. I do think that Vision's death and everything will affect Wanda's mental psyche.
She's been hanging on by a thread for a while since her brother.
We've
her
seen
brother
what happened when
died.
Pietro died.
Yeah.
So now she's seen Vision die twice,
Prieto.
and woo,
So-
we're getting towards where Wanda needs to be stable, and if she's
It's
not,
like Dark
bad things can happen.
Phoenix kind of line. Actually,
Yeah.
like there's so much loss just building up to where she could. Before we end, I definitely want to ask, who do we think is permadead?
Oh, nobody's permanent in comics.
I know.
Nobody.
No, okay. We'll just
You don't think Loki? I think Loki's probably
Who's
dead.
permadead in the MCU?
Gamora.
I think Gamora and Loki.
Heimdall.
Actually, we won't see back.
Absolutely not. Nobody is permanent in comics.
You don't think anybody-
What about Quicksilver? Peter?
Proximal Midnight. She's the permanent. There.
I do not care about
Quicksilver.
Quicksilver.
Well, we didn't have him long
At
enough,
all.
so.
I don't care.
And he
mean,
was kind of
really,
like like almost a son to Hawkeye there a little bit.
I mean, the
Well,
difference
he needed a son
between
after him.
comics and the MCU is that it doesn't take any money to draw somebody's face again after a while.
That's true.
Okay.
I do want to ask Doctor Strange's comment.
Uh-huh.
It had to be
Just
this
the
way.
beginning. It had
Yeah.
to be this way.
we're in
So
the
is
end
this
game.
the reality that he saw?
Yes.
Yeah.
Where
Yes.
they win?
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
Real quick, something we didn't talk about, that after credit scene.
Oh, God!
Just- Okay, so we got Ant-Man and the
Sorry.
Wasp coming out in July 4th weekend. My interesting thing about that is, where does that movie take place? Like, right after Civil War, right before all this? When does it happen? So, if it happens right around the same time as Infinity War, are we going to see certain characters in that disappear?
I would
We-
love to see that.
So,
We
like,
ac-
maybe...
Also, the trailer was
From-
very good. Let's just,
Yes.
Yes, it was.
yes.
From my understanding, there was an article that I'd read that it's going to be taking place before Infinity War.
Okay.
So we may not see that fallout or what's going to happen in Ant-Man and the Wasp. However, my theory is that with Captain Marvel next year, I think that even though it's going to be set in the 90s, I think the very end of the movie or the after credit scene is going to be that transition into Infinity War, where they
makes
go back to
sense.
the present.
Yeah.
That's what I would prefer, honestly.
That's-
I would like to see that happen.
Yes.
That's... I can see that happening. So yeah, we got Ant-Man and the Wasp in July 4th weekend. So yay!
And then Captain Marvel
In
But
March.
We have to live with this for a full year.
Yeah, we get no resolution for a whole year.
So, all right, that is. We went past the time we said we were going to, but we got through it.
We are done with our spoiling.
I hope you guys
may
go
put the
see
spoilers
Infinity
up.
War
Spoiler.
again. Let's get it to $1 billion. What we do have coming up this Saturday is Free Comic Book Day.
Yes.
Sean and I from Alternate Heads, we're going to be out at a toy show, the North Dallas Toy Show. It's over in Farmers Branch. We're going to be checking that out for a little while. But we will be going out with Miss Cora over here. Probably going to hit up Zeus, Madness, and one of my favorites, Red Pegasus Comics over in Bishop Arts District. What about you? Where are you heading up?
I swung by earlier by Galaxy called Dallas. So I
Yay.
talked to James Pickering. I got a little video. I'm going to set that up a little bit here in a little bit. They've got Steampunk Gazette, Steampunk Cosmic Gazette or something like that. They have a photographer and a couple of the models from that magazine going to be there. A couple other people. It's all in the video. I'll post it up here in a little bit after the show. So I'll be going to a Galaxy called Dallas over there on Beltline. And then also probably going to hit up Keith's Comics in Garland over there at Farwell Mall. And also Madness because Jim
I didn't know
Cummings.
they had something over there.
Yeah, Keith Comics.
Oh,
is,
yeah. Madness has several Power Rangers.
That's the one in Denton, right?
Keith's
Mad-
Comics?
No, there's a Madness. I know there is a Madness in Denton.
There might be a comic book store called their Madness, but I'm talking about the one in Plano,
Okay.
the big
Well,
one.
Because
They're
that's
gonna have,
the one I'm going to try and hit
they're
up.
gonna have Jim Cummings there.
They're going to Jim Cummings. They're going to have
Yeah.
various Power Rangers.
Karen
They're also going.
Ashley, Steve Cardenas, friend of the show, by the way. I can honestly say that.
They're-
Veronica Jones.
They're also going to have Veronica Taylor there as well.
Voice of Ash Ketchum.
She's awesome.
And she's done some other voices as well. I am just blanking right now. 'Cause-
Oh, and I probably won't be able to hit it up, but also hit up Boomerang Comics in Louisville. That was my first ever comic book store. It was still a great, run by Neil. He's still a great man. I miss you guys.
Zeus Comics over off of Lemon. They're going to have a lot of local artists, including friends of ours from Show Enough Studios. Terry Parr and Halo will be over there. A lot of Joe Eisma, I think. BigFanboy.com will be over there giving away some posters and stuff with your comics. So definitely drop by Zeus. Guys, where are you hitting up?
I'm going to try and hit Madness in Denton and the comic book store in the Colony.
Oh.
Maybe others.
You know anything there?
And might be hanging out with y'all for a little bit if you're nice to us.
Maybe. If you're lucky.
You can come hang out with us.
Come on, hang out. We will be posting some quick videos from our phones, just kind of like, hey, we're here, let you guys see some of the stuff that's going on, some of the swag we're picking up. I know I love going and picking up free comics, but also I love those deals on toys they have. So,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. Anyway, we're
Support them. Go. Even if you can't buy a lot or
Oh, yeah.
whatever, just show up so you remember to do it again sometime.
Yeah, we've expressed how important Free Comic Book Day is to the local comic shops in the area. This is their big selling day. And they have
Christmas.
a lot of great deals going on usually on these days. So definitely go out and spend some money. If you got some friends you may be picking up some gifts for, this would be a good time to pick them up. So go support your local comic shop. Don't just get the free stuff.
There
buy
goes
some
Mantis
stuff.
again.
And if you see us, come say hi, especially if we haven't met you or some of us haven't met you. Come say hi so
Yeah,
we can
absolutely.
all get acquainted.
Anyway, you saved Black Widow from a death. And if you see any new Infinity War wave figures, I could use those. Anyway, so
He's got the first wave. He needs the second wave.
I need the new Thor and Black Widow and Ant-Man and Wasp. Anyway, that has been our show tonight, guys. Thank you for joining us. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to our channel, youtube.com/SCNS Live. And also, we are now offered on Google Play and iTunes as an audio podcast. If you want to just download and listen. Of course, the crew, Ricardo, where can they find you if they want to, like...
You can find me on Instagram under Alamo Nerd 1989, I believe it is. I haven't posted
you
in a
don't
while.
know your own
Is that your
Instagram
birthday?
handle?
That is my birth year, yes, but I do not I think it's 1989. It's been a hot minute since I've been on Instagram. Sorry, guys. I've been so busy with at work.
And other things.
Oh, Alamo Nerd 89. There we go.
Yeah, it's 89.
Yeah.
Did somebody
It's
in the
down
chat
there in
tell you what
the
it is?
description.
You for
Or not in the
real? Somebody had to tell you.
Wow.
It's been a hot minute, guys. I'm sorry.
Kat,
Is mine.
where can they find you? Oh, God.
We
she's
fixed
looking-
it.
Okay.
We fixed it.
Yes.
I told her to fix
Yes.
it earlier.
Well, no. I asked you to make sure it was correct.
Yes,
Awesome.
that is
Get your
accurate.
A
information
legit
correct.
producer actually got it fixed. Anyway.
Twitter is at BetterCatComics. Instagram is BetterCat. Overwatch League is Twitch Bad Moon. Other places sporadically
Wait,
when I
Bad
feel like
Moo?
it. Bad Moon. Like
Moon. Okay,
Bad
cool.
Moon.
I heard Moo. I'll make sure that everyone that listens.
I'm making you a Twitter handle. Bad moo.
Cass, where can they
That's
find you?
still better than mine.
Moon.
Yeah, if you want to find me on the PlayStation, you can find me at Moon
Pie.
Oh, I gotta add
Moon
you guys
Pie.
in. Yeah.
No, on Instagram and Twitter both, you can find me at Cass_Bradley. That is KAS_Bradley. You can find me on Twitter. Good luck finding me on Instagram. I don't actually post that much.
Kat, not Kat. Cora, where can they find
For
you?
real?
I was
Do you
distracted
get
by what
women
she's doing
confused,
over
Jason?
there.
Do you not understand that women have individual identities?
Wow.
Cora, where can they find you?
I don't like.
All right,
all this.
you can find me on Instagram at Korodono, KORODONO. You can also find me on Twitter at HawksPerch, where I scream into the void all about Suikoden and now Avengers. Why are y'all laughing at me? Why are y'all laughing?
I said something funny.
Anyway, of course, follow the show at SCNS Live on Twitter and Instagram, and you can, of course, follow us Facebook.com/SCNS Live.
Wait, where can they find you, Jason?
Oh, yeah, I'm at JasonX on Instagram and Twitter. Go over there and follow me. So anyway, thank you for joining us, guys. We appreciate it. We will see you next week, but also always remember to keep on nerding.